Tornadoes are swirling clouds of wind and moisture. They happen in certain places in the world, but more places are prone to have them than others. This is because of the moisture and weather conditions. My family and I have went through a tornado ourselves 10 years ago. According to the National Geographic Explorer, during the La Nina, warm moisture air from the Gulf of Mexico reaches the Midwest. And this creates tornadoes more than they happen often. The creation of tornadoes. Some places in America are more prone to tornadoes forming than most other places in the world because of the weather conditions and moisture conditions. Here is a picture of what it looks like during a tornado forming. But before this image, you have a horizontal air column that rotates amongst itself, and then it turns vertical. It pushes the cold air up, and it pulls the warm air down. And as it pulls the warm air down, the force from the warm air pulls the clouds closer to the ground, causing a tail. The tail then reaches the ground, and that's what we know as a tornado. Tornadoes can be very dangerous. You might ask yourself, how can a cloud be dangerous if you can't even touch it? When tornadoes touch down, they have reached their max potential. Tornadoes can reach minimum speeds of 65 miles an hour or maximum speeds of 300 miles an hour. The maximum speed recorded on Earth has been 305 miles an hour from a recent tornado we had in Oklahoma, the El Reno tornado in 2013. Tornadoes can happen anywhere, but in some places they are a normal occurrence. According to the USA Today, tornadoes can happen in the winter and at night, and this is called Dixie Alley. We have two places where tornadoes happen, Dixie Alley and Tornado Alley. Tornado Alley is older than Dixie Alley, consisting of Oklahoma, Texas, Kansas, and Colorado. Dixie Alley was just recently given the name Dixie Alley back in the 90s, consisting of Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, Arkansas, and Texas, also Louisiana. Dixie Alley is considered the most dangerous place to live for tornadoes because they happen in the winter and they happen at night. And in the winter and at night, people are not prepared for a storm, especially a deadly storm. Here are some images of what a tornado can cause, day or night. Tornadoes are very deadly. They can suck up things and cause styrofoam to pierce wood. They can tear up trees. They can start fires. They can cause explosions. As well as they can pick up trains and tractor trailers as if they were toys. It has even been recorded in the Joplin tornado that the entire hospital was moved about a centimeter off of its foundation. And that wasn't even the biggest tornado we've had. During a tornado, they instruct us to take shelter. And when we take shelter, we should take shelter in things like this: a storm room or a tornado shelter underground. Now you hear specialists say, go to the nearest ditch or the interior room of your household. That's the biggest mistake you can make. Running to the nearest ditch can get you killed by swirling debris. And in a tornado emergency, no place in your house is safe, not even the basement. During a tornado emergency, they instruct you to get underground, and that is the only way to live. Because every room in your house will be wiped off the foundation along with you. These things, like the storm room, are built for tornadoes to throw things because they love to impale the walls. They like to shatter windows. You have flying glass, trees, cars. This is indestructible above the ground, so you don't get impaled with flying debris. Most people do not die from tornadoes. They die from the flying debris. Now underground you have to be more careful than the upground storm room, because you could have a tree laying across the door, or if it's inside of your garage or your house, the house can collapse on it, trapping you, and you only have about 13 hours of supply of oxygen under the ground. Tornadoes are a mixture of two elements: warm air, warm moist air, and cold dry air. They can happen anywhere, but some places are more prone for tornadoes to happen than the rest of the world. If you ever see a tornado, be sure to avoid it and stay out of its path, as well as be careful, because you could end up dead as well.